So a brand new Amazon update has just been pushed to one of my devices. I can already see a couple of new things and one thing which is of concern. Now the first new thing, I don't know if you can see it there straight away, but we can now add emojis to our display name. So previously you just had the standard name you could have, your profile name, but as you can see here, I've now got some popcorn emojis next to my name. I can click on that. Now, very interesting, you may be wondering, how do I add an emoji when I can't actually see it in the keyboard? Well, this is exactly where the free Amazon Fire TV application comes into play. This application is available both for your iPhones as well as your Android devices. You can get it directly from the official application store. And with that application, you can actually send emojis. So if I bring that up on my iPhone, this is what the application looks like. You can see it on the screen. So when I press right, we can see the cursor moves to the right. So I can now use this to navigate. I can press the home button, but I can also bring up a virtual keyboard. So let me do that now on the top right. And just like that, guys, I can now actually enter in different emojis. So if I bring up the emoji pad, let's say, for example, I want to add in this zombie. That's now gone in. And I can now go back to the keyboard, type in any name that I like. So let's go for tdoctoruk. Let's now add in another emoji. Let's go for a cup of coffee. That's now done. I can now use my normal remote, click on next, and we now have my profile name, which actually has a zombie and a coffee cup next to it. Of course, you can customize this as much as you like and get it looking exactly how you like it. Now, this particular tip was actually sent to me by one of my followers, Sven. I will put his name up on the screen. He did tell me about this new feature and he said it was okay to mention his name in the video. So many thanks to him for sharing. And that really is the great thing about this community, where I don't claim to know everything. In many cases, you guys let me know through the comments if you've discovered something new, if you found a new feature or maybe a cool application or something else I should share. You guys can let me know and I can then share it with the rest of my community. So again, many thanks for that. Okay, that's the first thing. Now also with profiles, if I go over to the settings, and can you see it? We now have a new profiles icon directly inside the settings. Now this was also mentioned to me in a comment yesterday, and I know that Firestick has just done a video on this today. Now very interesting, because there's actually a couple of different ways we can access the profiles already. One is obviously you can go over to the left, click on here, and you can now choose a different profile. You can also use your voice and say, change profile, and we can see now I can use that to change my profile. You can also long press the home button. Let me do that now. That takes you to this quick launch menu, and here we have another way of changing profiles. So that's 3 methods, and now we can see here inside the settings we have a 4th way of quickly changing profiles. Personally, I don't really see the value of this because we have much more easier, much more accessible methods to change the profile. So I really can't see somebody going all the way into the settings, then going all the way into profiles and then choosing a new profile there. But hey, this is Amazon. They do as they please, and somebody in their marketing department or their research and development department thought this was a great addition, so they've now added this into all of our Amazon devices. Now do leave me a comment below if you don't see this new profile section inside your settings, or maybe if your device is not running the latest update. Okay, that's the next thing. Now the third thing I've noticed is now if I use my voice, what's the weather in London tomorrow? And we can see they've now added this subtitle feature. So the Home Assistant, the A word, obviously it normally talks back to you, but if you do have certain situations or scenarios where if you don't have speakers connected, or maybe your volume of your TV is too low, you can actually enable the A word subtitles. So now anytime you communicate with the Smart Assistant, you'll actually see the text subtitles on the screen. So again, if I say, what's the time in New York? We can see it tells you in New York, it's currently 2:32 p.m. And we also get the prompt there. So now for you to enable this or disable this, you can go into your settings, go down to where it says accessibility, and we can see we have a section here which says Alexa subtitles. So let's click on that. Of course you can turn that off, but let's turn mine on. Then you can do some customizations, like for example the text color we can see by default is white. I'll change mine to yellow, but of course you can go for different colors like maybe blue, and we can see the preview there. You can also change the font type. You have casual, I think that is casual. Okay, so we have cursive. That's a bit too difficult to read. Let's do serif. That's a bit more clear. We can leave it like that. Can you help me find my remote? And we can get it to do that. So let's press back. Okay, so that's using subtitles with the Home Assistant, which is one of the new features they've added with this latest Amazon update. Last one is a potential warning, which I saw on Doc Swiffy's channel, where some people have actually noticed with the latest update, when they go into their preferences, if they go into the privacy settings, some of these options, I think specifically the device usage data, this option was turned back on. Now in most cases, this is a recommended setting where anybody that you watch on YouTube, to minimize any of that data collection, they would typically recommend that you turn all of these off. And this one was added recently, the cookie consent, where you can turn off the advertising ID and minimize the data that Amazon collect about you. But for some reason, some people noticed that the device usage data was turned back on. And we can see it says use personal data collected by the operating system of this device for marketing and product improvement purposes. But we definitely want to click on that, and we want to turn that off, because really more things are being collected, more processes that are running, therefore more things are running in the background, and that just means that your device is going to run slower. So to improve the performance, we want to minimize anything running, any kind of data collection, any kind of data monitoring. All of those settings should definitely be off, and we can see that's done that now. But this is definitely something worth checking, especially if your device receives another update. It's worthwhile going back into your privacy settings and just ensure that the device usage data is once again switched off. And another thing that's about to be switched off in the next few weeks, so if you do want to get it, let me just tell you that this offer right now from IPVanish really is something special, where you can get that total protection, that complete peace of mind. You can change your IP address, you can change your virtual location. You can therefore access all of your favorite geolocked applications from anywhere in the world. Keep yourself safe online, and for unlimited devices, so it doesn't matter if you have 2 Firesticks or 10 Android TVs or 5 laptops, all of your devices can be covered with this single price of under $3 a month. So really, to get all of that protection at that price point, I definitely think this special offer, which is 75% off, is definitely worthwhile checking out. It does help support the channel, so many thanks if you want to do that. Do leave me a comment below, let me know what you think, and I'll hopefully catch up with you guys real soon. Thanks.